Well, we still have that compliance-oriented thread, particularly in corporate ethics. That's primarily, as far as I can tell, what it's about. And certainly in beginning to teach engineering ethics, I had not taught it before I got to the engineering school, so I had to learn. The canon is mostly, at least was, about case studies and about codes of ethics. Right? So when I looked at most of the textbooks, they were about codes and cases. And certainly I respect that body of knowledge and literature. I think it's important. But in my own teaching, what I found is that the students were glossing over. And I thought, how are they going to actually use Kantian theory to make decisions in their personal lives? What meaning will it actually have for them once they pass the course and get the exam done? So that's when I started incorporating science fiction, because at least there you could use the creative process to put yourself into another world and then bring that back into some of the fundamental theories. Right? And that worked pretty well. Sci-fi is always really about now. It looks like it's about the future, but it's really always about what we value now, who we are, what we imagine in terms of where we might go and how we might live. And inside of those imaginations are clarity about what's important to us. Right? So what we aspire to is a reflection of what's important to us now. So that's the way I bring it into ethics. And always, almost always, sci-fi has moral dilemmas, right? And it's got the archetypes that are working against each other. And we can look at that. We can look at myth and how myth plays out in our lives in terms of a place for struggles we don't know how to resolve. And so I don't necessarily talk to my students about it in that way because it's sort of there. But they get really animated and really involved when we incorporate sci-fi into questions of how do we know what's right and what do we do? What do we do about problems that we face?